Live via satellite, it's Rockline. The show where you interview the biggest stars in rock and roll. Rockline is brought to you by Rescue Me on Fox. Hi, I'm Bob Coburn in Los Angeles, and tonight from Toronto, we welcome Kittie. To speak with Kittie, call the toll-free Rockline at 1-800-344-ROCK. That's 1-800-344-7625. One number toll-free from anywhere in the U.S. or Canada. And now, let's welcome our guests. Funeral for Yesterday is the fourth and newest CD from the lovely ladies from Canada, lovely ladies who've been known to musically kick an ass or two in their time. And Rockline welcomes from the band Morgan Lander. Morgan, welcome back to Rockline.
Oh, thank you so much.
Good to have you here tonight. Mercedes Lander joins us too. Mercedes, how you been?
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
I'm much better now having you on, I'll tell you that. And Tara McLeod, welcome to Rockline.
Thank you.
Good to have all three of you. Congratulations on Funeral for Yesterday. For my ears, the best of all four of them so far.
Oh, thank you so much.
Really,
We
really
appreciate that.
good job. And for you, Morgan, Mercedes, 10 years together in a band. Is that true?
11, actually.
Is it
this
11
is the 11th
now?
year.
Wow.
It's the 11th year of the band, and it is honestly hard to believe. I mean, we started off as, a bunch of, little kids with a dream in the basement, and it honestly, at 13, 14 years of age, I never would have imagined that I would, still be at it 10 years afterwards.
It's really astonishing. And I guess early on, to play the gigs and everything, you had to be kind of supervised and chaperoned and taken around everywhere, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, we were under the age of being allowed to be in venues and that sort of thing, and so we did have to have an eye on us all the time, I guess. But we're good girls. We just wanted to have fun and play and make music.
There's a lot of guys listening to Rockline right now that don't want to hear that you were good girls.
Well, I'm trying to keep it clean for the radio.
How involved is your family for the Lander sisters?
No, they're very involved. I mean, in sort of referring back to the previous sort of question. I mean, when we were 14, 15, 16 years old, no one really wanted to speak with a bunch of kids when we were booking shows and that sort of thing. And so my parents sort of took on the role of being the middleman and sort of representing the band. And from there, when things, grew and expanded with the band and, we were involved with record labels and all that sort of thing, they took the role on of management. And, it's definitely a family atmosphere. It's a family establishment.
It's nice to have somebody that's actually looking out for your best interest, because, in the end, they're not going to, do anything that's going to obviously hurt us or anything like that.
Right. And somebody you can trust. Yeah, somebody that you have faith in.
Absolutely. It's not just like we're a commodity or that sort of thing. It definitely they are looking out for our health. Above and beyond. Looking, to make money or, that sort of thing. So definitely no Mariah Carey scenario going on. No overworking and that sort of thing. They always put their foot down, which is very nice.
Yeah, no Mariah Carey deal on so many levels.
Yes.
Tara, what about you? Does your family enjoy what you do, or are they in an oh my God phase still?
Oh, no. They've been completely supportive right from the beginning of when I started playing guitar. And, they really helped me out by my aunt gave me a job, and so I could, most bosses don't let you take off at, any time you need to, and so that really helped out. And along with the Lander family, though, they actually it is the whole band is very family oriented, and right from the beginning, I actually was welcomed right into their family. So, I just feel completely a part of their family because it's, the family is the band.
How'd you become involved? Was there an audition or previous relationship?
Yeah, there was. We're from the same city, and I played in another band out of, London, Ontario. And so I met their management, which is their parents, through that. And then I met the girls, and, it just kind of went together real fast. And
we stalked her for about a year.
I didn't realize that.
Don't kid yourself.
Yeah. Actually, weren't you coming over? You came over actually to try out for another band that my parents had connections to.
I actually didn't know that I was coming over to talk about Kittie. It was really funny. when they mentioned Kittie, and I like so taken aback. Like, what are you talking about?
Who'd you think you were coming over to talk about?
Just another band that was out of Toronto at the time.
Okay, you don't want to say. So,
No, I actually forget their name.
Okay.
He looks
Selective memory, it comes in oh so handy, doesn't it?
It's been 2 years. Come on now.
I'll cut you some slack here. Kittie is here to take your calls, toll free, 1-800-344-ROCK. That's 1-800-344-7625. I think the musicianship is kicked up to another level. I'm going to put you on the spot and say, do you agree with that? But let's phrase the question. Any idea why? I think it's better, and you probably feel that way too. Any idea why? Is it the two new members, maturity? What?
Well, I mean,
I think that there's definitely a lot of factors that have played into it.
we obviously we grew up with we were growing up with our instruments. As we get older, obviously practice makes perfect. With the evolution of the band, we're always going to be improving on our music and such. So, it's just the natural evolution of the band. Obviously we're going to become better musicians as we go along.
Mm-hmm.
But we've also had the opportunity with a lot of we've been able to turn the unfortunate scenario of the lineup changes that we've had into a positive. And it's allowed for Mercedes and I to be able to adapt to different playing styles and kind of refine exactly what we're looking for. And now with Tara and Trish, it's been really super cool. And I think we found some really great players, and we're just looking forward to more good times.
Yeah, well, we're ready for some tonight. I do want to mention that Blacklight Burns intended to join us this evening, and boy, you talk about the rigors of being on the road, and there's not much romance being on the road when you're actually out there doing it. Their tour bus broke somewhere between Little Rock and Atlanta. I mean, they're literally on the side of the road. My heart goes out to them. We'll try to have them on again at some time. But the ladies very quickly agreed to join us for the full 90 minutes tonight, which is just fine with me. And we'll begin with the title track of the newest CD, Funeral for Yesterday. It's Kittie. Your calls for Kittie are coming up soon on Rockline at 1-800-344-ROCK.
What's one more blow to seal this fate?
And there is the title track from Funeral for Yesterday, the first single from that album. Kittie joins us tonight on Rockline with Morgan, Mercedes, and Tara taking your calls. And your calls are coming up next. Toll free, 1-800-344-ROCK. It is Rockline. In honor of The Simpsons' 400th episode this May on Fox, we now present Great Moments in Simpsons History. And that's just a few of them. To celebrate this momentous occasion, Rockline is giving you the chance to win an Apple Video iPod Pod Player, a $400 iTunes gift card, and complete Simpsons DVD collection. For rules and your chance to win, go to rocklineradio.com. Must be 18 to enter. The Simpsons movie is on its way this July 27th at a theater near you.
Sounded better in my head.
Grilling is easy. You toss your steaks on the grill, and the fire does the rest. Sure, you can dry rub them beforehand, massage them a little, even drown them in a marinade, but why bother? Relax. You only need one thing to enjoy that perfectly seared succulence that comes built into every single cut of meat: an appetite. Beef. It's what's for dinner.
Funded by the Beef Checkoff. Reason number 9 to switch to Geico. There's nothing sweeter than saving money on car insurance. It's one of those rare opportunities in life where you can thumb your nose at the system and say, "Okay, system, listen up. I just got a better deal with Geico. Great savings, personal service 24/7, and the latest in online technology." Of course, the system may sulk for a day or two, but you're going to feel a lot better.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15%.
There are two essentials for any summer getaway: a good sunscreen and a good set of tires. So visit your Goodyear retailer now and get up to a $50 cash card by mail-in offer with the purchase of a set of 4 select Goodyear tires. Or double your cash card up to $100 when purchased on your Goodyear credit card. Goodyear, get there. Offer valid 6/24 through 7/21/07. Go to GoodyearTires.com or see your participating Goodyear retailer for your mail-in form and complete details. Certain restrictions apply. Goodyear credit card purchase is subject to credit approval.
It is Rockline. We're back, and Bob Coburn, Kittie, has commandeered the show, and you can talk to him at 1-800-344-ROCK. We'll begin in Woodruff, South Carolina. James, you're in Rockline. Welcome.
Hi, I was just wondering how you felt that you progressed musically and, most importantly, lyrically over your career, and if as time goes on, has the writing become more introspective?
Oh, definitely. I don't know. I think for me, it's lyrically, it's a little more focused, and it's not so much the teen angst thing. I mean, I'm 25 now, and I definitely have a lot more things to write about, and it's a broader emotional spectrum, definitely. But I can only write from my personal experience, in terms of like relationships or different situations and different emotions and reactions. And so, I'm only human, so I can only write about the things that I've been through. So, in a way, definitely it is a lot more introspective. I just think, I've grown up and matured, and I've definitely become a little more in touch with who I am now. I've really figured out who I am and what I'm all about, and what and how I'd like to express things. In terms of the music, I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean,
Well, I mean, I think it's just the same thing. Practice makes perfect, and we've been playing now in this band for 11 years, and it's just obviously with all that playing and writing music and stuff like that, we're gonna progress.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think with this album in particular, we've really been able to
define ourselves.
Yeah, and redefine as well. I mean, yes, we are a heavy metal band. Yes, we are an all-female band, but we're also a lot more than that. And I think with this album, we've been able to get in touch with a little bit of I wouldn't say a different side of the band, but I don't know. I mean, I
think it's more refined than anything.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot more focused. I'll say that.
And the practice, it's the old, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. It's
Yep,
the way that it works,
true.
Morgan, do you write everything, or do you draw on the other members of the band as influences and for suggestions and things?
Mercedes and I have always been writing partners and life partners and sisters and all that stuff. And actually this album is the first time that Mercedes actually wrote lyrics. And I don't know, I think it was important because of, the whole idea with this album, the whole concept, it's pretty much all about one thing. It's about sort of, the death and the rebirth of the band and, coming out of the other side of the dark tunnel and that sort of thing. And I think it was important for Mercedes to have a voice as well because...
I was going through it as well,
Yeah.
I mean, it was just the two of us when we wrote this album. And, the two of us just, sat down when we had free time and, all these beautiful songs came out of it, out of a whole lot of despair, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, in the end, obviously, we persevered. And I think, the album also has like an underlying theme of perseverance, which is very nice.
Yeah.
James?
But I mean... Oh, sorry.
I was just going to thank our caller, James, for calling in. What were you going to say? I don't want to cut you off there.
Oh, I was just going to say that, we definitely, we play off of each other, and Mercedes isn't, an amazing guitar player, but she writes great riffs, and, we I don't know, we definitely play off of each other, and it's a wonderful business relationship that we have in terms of writing and that sort of thing.
We have Eric in Pana, Illinois, patiently waiting his turn, and now it's your time. Eric, what you got?
Yeah, I don't know whether or not you ladies want to take it as a compliment or a constructive criticism, but with transition from album to album progressively getting better, I was wondering whether or not you ladies had any ideas on an acoustic album.
Oh, wow.
That'd be... we actually on this past tour just did a bunch of acoustic performances at FYEs, and that was really the first time that we've ever really, stepped into that realm. It's really interesting. It's really different for us. It's like totally out of our element.
But that vulnerability kind of, it's really cool, and it sort of helps us to see the music for exactly what it is, without distortion. I mean, it's definitely a possibility. I think I was personally surprised with the whole FYE thing, how well a lot of the songs on the album could translate into, an acoustic style.
It's not something that we would ever rule out either. I mean, we're always up for trying new things, and we like to dabble in everything. So you never know what'll happen with us.
Do you write acoustically?
No.
Nope.
No, it's just sometimes you write an electric song and then you realize kind of that it can be played in a different way, which is kind of nice.
Well, they say good songs can be performed in many different manners. Let's talk to Jen in Amarillo, Texas. Welcome to Rockline, Jen.
Hi. First of all, you're a great hard rock band. I was wondering, having the new girls join, has it helped to inspire your music?
Definitely. I think, the girls bring something a little bit different to the table. And especially with Tara, for me, we kind of, complement each other in our styles. She has strengths where I have weaknesses, and vice versa. So I think it's very inspiring to see her play, and it makes me want to play better. And I think it's going to be definitely a long and beautiful relationship.
That's good to hear, and good about the inspiration. You all feed off each other. That's part of being in a band. When that synergy hits, that's an awesome thing. Jen, thanks for the call. We'll play another song right now. Kittie is here to take your calls at 1-800-344-ROCK from the album Funeral for Yesterday. This is Breathe on Rockline.
Some
Breathe by Kittie. The album is Funeral for Yesterday, their newest, their fourth, and they are lighting the phones right now at 1-800-344-ROCK. Better get in if you want to speak with the ladies. I'm Bob Coburn, and Rockline is brought to you by Fox. Rescue Me, the critically acclaimed series starring Dennis Leary, is now on Wednesdays. Don't miss all new episodes of Rescue Me, Wednesday at 10, 9 Central on FX. We're back in just a moment with the encore question. We'll tell you who's coming up on the show and take more of your calls, too, on Rockline.
Reason number 22 to switch to Geico. We think renters are cool. Now, we don't know if you were born cool, or if it's just all the cool stuff you have in your apartment. The point is, if you want to protect your considerable coolness, ask Geico about renter's insurance. For as little as $12 a month, you can protect all the stuff you hold near and dear, including that combination flat-screen TV espresso machine. Now that is cool.
For a fast, easy rate quote on renter's insurance, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO.
There's nothing worse than a backseat driver, except maybe a backseat griller when you're trying to grill those perfectly marbled steaks. Turn now. You missed the turn. It's cooking too fast, too slow. Put the top down. Careful. Just remember, one driver, one griller, and only one thing to put on the grill. Beef. It's what's for dinner.
Funded by the Beef Checkoff.
There are two essentials for any summer getaway: a good sunscreen and a good set of tires. So visit your Goodyear retailer now and get up to a $50 cash card by mail-in offer with the purchase of a set of 4 select Goodyear tires. Or double your cash card up to $100 when purchased on your Goodyear credit card. Goodyear. Get there. Offer valid 6/24 through 7/21/07. Go to GoodyearTires.com or see your participating Goodyear retailer for your mail-in form and complete details. Certain restrictions apply. Goodyear credit card purchase is subject to credit approval.
When it comes to accessories for personal electronics, your neighborhood Radio Shack has what you need. It's time to accessorize your wireless phone with a Bluetooth headset, the case, and the charger you need. And about your MP3 player, Radio Shack has all the cool accessories like FM transmitters, lots of speakers, cases, and various chargers. And don't forget, Radio Shack also has a great selection of batteries, from hard-to-find batteries to pre-charged rechargeables. So for all the accessories you need, head over to your neighborhood Radio Shack or visit radioshack.com or call 1-800-THE-SHACK.
Rockline.
Hey, it's Rockline. We're back. We're with Kittie, with Morgan, Mercedes, and Tara. And your calls at 1-800-344-ROCK. The lines are jammed up right now. I'm Bob Coburn. If you log on at rocklineradio.com, you will be able to hear this show by tomorrow afternoon. We stream the shows for a little over a week, so if you miss it live or somebody that you know wanted to hear it and couldn't, you can stream it. You can't download it or anything. We don't want you to do that. But you can stream the shows at rocklineradio.com after the fact. And you can also see who's coming up on the program. Check the lineup we got coming for you on Rockline. Next week, Buck Cherry. After that, Stone Sour. Then Circus Diablo playing live in the Rockline studio. Korn will be on. Linkin Park joins us soon. Fuel will be here with their brand new album. Puddle of Mud with their brand new CD. Nikki Sixx, who has a book and an album coming out. And Static X is going to be here to play live, too. That's pretty good stuff. Time for the encore question left by Daughtry.
Hey, this is Chris Daughtry. This is Josh Paul.
And Brian Craddock. And Joey Barnes from the band Daughtry. And first question is, who are your influences? Second question is, have you ever met a Taylor Hicks fan?
Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
Our influences, wow. We listen to so many different kinds of music. It's insane.
I think initially we all kind of grew up on the same guitar-driven classic rock, AC/DC, Van Halen, because all of our parents are really big music fans, so
And then I guess as
there's a lot more.
Yeah.
But like those were like the staples when we were young that kind of brought us into like enjoying
the seed,
enjoying music and stuff like that. But I mean, as we went on, there's so many different kinds of music that we listen to. I would like to say that music in general is an influence, with the exception of really bad techno.
and I'll applaud that.
Yes.
And I don't think we've ever met a Taylor Hicks fan. I've never met one anyway.
No, honestly.
I don't know if people actually really like him. I don't know. We're from Canada.
I think a lot of housewives too.
Oh yeah. Is it the same as Clay Aiken kind of deal?
I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they have like the name like Claymates. What does he have?
Hicks.
The Hickeys or the Hicks? Yeah.
I was hoping that that his question was going to be about their sound guy, because we know their sound guy and a few of their other crew members, because they're Kittie ex-crew members, and so if we ever get to do a show with them, it's going to be fun, because it'll be a reunion.
Yeah, we will be doing a show with them in the next couple weeks. So
well, not that there's any rivalry between Chris Daughtry and Taylor Hicks, but but apparently, yeah. That's great stuff. Let's talk to Gary. He's in Cuba, Kansas. Hi, Gary. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Hello, ladies.
Hi, how you doing?
I've got one question for you. Are you guys going to keep the same emotional driven force all the way through your albums? Because I've got them all, and I'd like to hear that you are.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think the path musically that we're on right now is one that's going to continue to evolve and blossom. And I mean, we, like I've said before, we are, we've always written from personal experiences, and our heart and soul goes into this music. And of course, it's going to be driven by emotion, because this is all that we know, it's all that we have, and we will fight tooth and nail for it. So there's always going to be blood, sweat, and tears in Kittie's music from now until forever.
I think you just made Gary's night by saying that. And that's somebody that has all 4 albums, too. So that's a good fan calling in tonight on Rockline. Gary, thanks for joining us. Knoxville, Tennessee, coming your way with Anthony. Anthony, you're on Rockline.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? What's up?
Doing all right. I heard you guys started up a record label, and I was wondering how'd you guys go about starting it up, and if you're signing on any other bands.
Well, actually, the record label scenario sort of came about, I don't know, I mean, we've always had the entrepreneurial kind of spirit, and we've always been a band that sort of been, the epitome of the do-it-yourself attitude. We've always been 100% in control of our, artistry, our career, music, the direction, everything. And so for us, after we had separated from our previous label, we decided that because of the lack of the relationship that was going on with the label previously, that we were going to, I guess, put a title on something that we've been doing for a really long time. And so it was an easy transition for us. It's obviously very stressful and all that, but I don't know. It just seemed like the next step for us and the right thing to do. And in terms of signing other bands,
we're the guinea pigs right now,
yeah.
So I don't think we're going to be signing anybody right away. But you never know what'll happen.
Yeah,
I mean, it's something that we'd love to do, so we'll see.
Anthony, if you got a band, you may have a shot on down the line. Thanks for calling us tonight on Rockline. Let's go an album back until the end and play this song by Kittie for you on Rockline.
It's coming down on
Into the Darkness. That is Kittie, our guest tonight on Rockline. And we have Tara McLeod, Mercedes Lander, Morgan Lander, and your calls at 1-800-344-ROCK. From the Texas Panhandle, Atlanta, welcome to Rockline.
Hi. Hi, you guys. How are y'all?
Hello. Hi, how you doing?
I'm great. This is for Morgan and Tara. Who is y'all's favorite guitarist currently?
Steve Ray Vaughan. Sorry.
Tara has an automatic answer. Wow.
He will always be my favorite guitar player.
I don't know. I don't. Well, yeah. I mean, there's obviously, you know, the greats: Eddie Van Halen, Dimebag Darrell. You know, that sort of. Ted Nugent. Also, he's
don't forget Ted.
Yeah, I can't forget Ted. He ruined my life back in the day. I saw him play, and it was all over. I wanted to be in a band. I don't know. I mean, currently, I'll say. I've been listening to the new Silverchair album a lot, so I'll say Daniel Johns. He's pretty cool, too.
Oh, yeah. That's a great band from Australia, yeah. We have Ted coming up on Rockline on the classic rock version. Go to rocklineradio.com. Actually, twice. He's going to be on July 18th and August 29th. Once just kind of a career retrospective, and the next with a brand new CD. So if you're a Ted fan, mark that one down. We're going to go to Madison, Wisconsin, and speak with Eric. Eric, you're on Rockline with Kittie.
Hi, girls.
Hello.
That's good, man. Way to go, Eric.
I want to know, what experience do you remember the most from all your years of touring? Well, all of your 2 years of touring.
Wow.
We probably can't talk about that.
Well, not only that, but I was going to say all the best times we've forgotten because, you know, they usually involved alcohol. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, wow. It's so hard to, like, pinpoint, you know, some, like, the best times, but honestly...
I think this is the last couple tours that we did were definitely, you know, for us, really, really high points, you know, in our career and like in our friendship as well. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we became really close from, you know, doing those, you know, 12 weeks of touring that we just finished. You know, we got really close, and you know, we had some amazing times and had some crazy times, and I think, you know, you can't really pinpoint just one thing with touring because it's so much fun in general anyway. Like, you know, like there's never a dull moment.
There are so many fun stories that we all come home with, and some we can tell, some we can't. But it's so hard just to pinpoint one moment. Just every night is so much fun. You know, you get to play music every night and meet people in different state every night, and hang out with your best friends, and
it's always a good time.
Sometimes misbehave.
Yeah, exactly. I think Ozfest was a lot of fun as well, just because of the diversity of all the bands and you know, being able to meet some super amazing people.
It was band camp for sure.
Yeah, it was really,
Summer
really
camp.
Cool.
Yeah, that's band 101 there, without a doubt. Yeah,
absolutely.
No doubt about it. Part of Eric's question was being on the road. How might it have changed you?
Wow. I don't know, honestly. I mean,
I don't think it's changed any of us. I think it's made me be stuck at 16 for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And God bless you for that.
It's just a totally different lifestyle. Like on top of that, not that it's changed anyway. Just you know, there's a little bit of adjusting.
Yeah, absolutely. You sort of have to adapt, and a lot of rules get thrown out the window, you know, like
shower every day.
Yeah,
no, never.
Yeah, normal. You know, normal society rules get thrown out the window.
Changing your underpants. What happened?
Yeah, you know, like, it's a strange microcosm, definitely. But I don't know. I think I actually have heard a really great quote. I think it was Tommy Lee that said something to the effect of that whatever age you were when you left for tour, that's the age you'll stay forever. And it's sort of, I mean, it's made us. You know, have to grow up a lot, but at the same time, it's allowed us to retain that, you know, sense of
youthfulness.
Yeah, and I think it'll be that way forever.
Yeah, there's some goodness in that, without a doubt. Eric, thanks for joining us. We'll head down a state from Wisconsin to Illinois to talk to Kirk. You're on Rockline with Kittie.
Hey, guys. I was wondering, this is for Morgan. How come you decided not to scream so much on the new album? Not that it's a bad thing.
Honestly, it wasn't really a conscious decision. It was, you know, you know, we had a whole bunch of songs, and, you know, as we were writing them, it's just, you know, the way that it came out. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the way that it's going to be on the next album. It's just the way that, you know, I sort of chose to express the things that I wanted to express on this particular album. And I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of it too has to do with the actual, I guess the lineup of songs on the album as well. You know, it seems to me that it's sort of like a side A and a side B kind of thing, and it almost gives the illusion of there not being as many screaming songs when, in all actuality,
And half the songs.
Yeah, it's about half and half. I mean, but. At
the end of the day, though, man, when you nobody ever told James Hetfield or Dave Mustaine that singing in metal wasn't cool. You know what I mean? So I think we're pretty metal as it is. We're pretty heavy as it is, and I find that screaming has just become so overrated in music, and it's just like
it doesn't necessarily make you.
It doesn't make you heavy.
Exactly.
And you can sing all you want if your band is heavy. If you have heavy, chunky guitar parts, that doesn't mean that you're not metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, for us, it's just a different way of expression, and that part of this band, it will always be there. It's part of my voice. It's part of how I like to express myself. It's like a different medium. You know what I mean? But like Mercedes was saying, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing or whatever. But it'll always be there, and whatever.
Well, there's diversity in the 14 songs on here, without a doubt. And I had fun picking the songs tonight, and this is one of my favorites off the album, Funeral for Yesterday, Everything That Could Have Been by Kittie. Beautiful piece of art there. Everything that could have been Kittie. The album is Funeral for Yesterday, and we're joined by Morgan, Mercedes, and Tara. And your calls at 1-800-344-ROCK. More of your calls coming up momentarily. It is Rockline, and Rockline is brought to you by Fox. Rescue Me, the critically acclaimed series starring Dennis Leary, is now on Wednesdays. Don't miss all new episodes of Rescue Me. I watched the season premiere the other night. It was really good. That's Wednesday at 10, 9 Central, and that is on FX.
Another good thing about Geico is they've got like real live people working there 24/7. So like say you need to report a claim, right? A real person will be there to help you. Then you can use geico.com to view photos of the damage, track your claim, print an estimate. You want an English muffin? They literally hand you a toasted muffin with butter and jam. Oh, it's tasty. That's a complete dramatisation, of course, but you get my point.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Radio Shack would like to remind you to take a few moments today and review your emergency preparedness. A few small things can go a long way in helping you deal with the unexpected, like power outages. For instance, always keep a long-lasting flashlight and spare batteries within your reach. An emergency radio can prove invaluable with its emergency alert feature, providing important updates from the National Weather Service and giving you more time to prepare. Remember, for helpful advice and emergency products, visit your neighborhood Radio Shack.
Once in a great while, you'll witness that rare backyard silence. No lawnmowers, no crickets, nada. It's as if time stops and all you can hear is the sizzling of juicy steaks over briquettes. And then a dog barks and sends everything back into motion. Kind of funny how when time stops, it always seems to go too quickly. Beef. It's what's for dinner.
Funded by the Beef Checkoff.
There are two essentials for any summer getaway: a good sunscreen and a good set of tires. So visit your Goodyear retailer now and get up to a $50 cash card by mail-in offer with the purchase of a set of 4 select Goodyear tires. Or double your cash card up to $100 when purchased on your Goodyear credit card. Goodyear. Get there. Offer valid 6/24 through 7/21/07. Go to GoodyearTires.com or see your participating Goodyear retailer for your mail-in form and complete details. Certain restrictions apply. Goodyear credit card purchase is subject to credit approval.
Rockline. Got Kittie rocking it up tonight. I'm Bob Coburn. We're joined by Tara and Mercedes and Morgan from the band. And your calls at 1-800-344-ROCK. And it is Janelle's turn from Detroit. Welcome to Rockline, Janelle.
Hey, ladies. I just wanted to know, out of all your albums, what are your favorite songs to play live?
Oh, wow. That's a good one. I mean, I guess I could go, from each album. Live, from the first album, I still really love Charlotte. I love to play Oracle. I love to play Mouthful of Poison. Look So Pretty is a great song. Daughters Down is really cool.
Burning Bridges,
yeah. And from this new album, Everything That Could Have Been is a really great song.
I'm gonna say Witch Hunt for me.
Yeah.
Mine's Last Goodbye.
Breathe. I don't know. They're all good. It's hard. It's like hard. It's like picking your favorite child.
Mm-hmm. Tara, what do you like?
Last Goodbye. That was me.
That was
Sorry.
you that said Last Goodbye?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't see the ladies either. I'm in Los Angeles. They're in Toronto. So, yeah, sorry I missed you on that one.
That's okay.
Interesting perspective with you coming into the band, because there's certainly a lot to choose from. We'll play another song right now from Funeral for Yesterday by Kittie, and this one is called Never Again on Rockline.
When will this ever end? My sorrow turns to
It is Rockline. We're back. We're with Kittie. Never Again. That's from Funeral for Yesterday. The ladies are jamming the lines up tonight at 1-800-344-ROCK. Kevin called. He got through from Columbus, Ohio. Kevin, you're on Rockline with Kittie now.
Hi. How are you ladies doing this evening?
Good. How you doing?
Great. I really dig the cover of Pink Floyd's Run Like Hell from the Oracle CD, and I just wondered, as a band, what songs might you consider to cover in the future?
Ooh. We have
we've discussed this.
Yeah, we have a large repertoire of songs that we would like to do. It's just a case of us, getting to them. We don't want to spoil anything, just in case we end up, actually doing them. But we do have a large amount of songs that we've been thinking about.
Oh yeah, I mean we could say what bands. I mean,
we talked about doing a Carcass cover once.
Yeah, Metallica, Heart. I don't know. I mean, I think
a Frida song.
Yeah. There's something going on.
That's the only Frida song I know.
Yeah. No, honestly, we heard the
Pat
song.
Benatar too. Yeah.
Yeah, Pat Benatar. But we heard that Frida song, and everybody was like, "Oh, Morgan, that sounds like your vocal range. You guys should do a cover of that song." And actually, there's a good possibility that we could definitely make it heavy. I mean, obviously, we would put our spin on it. I mean, as we did with the Run Like Hell cover. It's very different than the original. And if we were to do a cover of that sort, we would definitely change it up a lot.
So, are you Heart fans?
Yes,
we love them.
Ann Wilson has a solo album coming out that will drop on 9/11 called Hope and Glory. It's all covers, and it's just killer.
There's, they have the best vocals I think ever. Like they're insanely good. Seriously, every time I listen to Heart, I'm just like, oh man, makes me want to.
Well, wait till you hear what she does with Goodbye Blue Sky from The Wall, the Pink Floyd song.
Wow.
Oh, she just kills it. Yeah, really good. Something to look out for. Thanks for joining us there, Kevin. Let's take another from the ladies are in Toronto, as I mentioned a moment ago, from Wallaceburg, Ontario. This is Doug. Doug, you're in Rockland.
Hi, girls.
Hello. Hey, what's up?
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Being a fellow drummer myself, this question's for Mercedes.
Okay.
I just wondered what made you pick drums as a kid.
I think I played piano for a good, 6 years or whatever. It got really boring because when I first started playing piano, I was 6 years old. And during that time, a lot of other people started picking it up. And, I just kind of got bored of it. I learned how to read music and stuff like that. And then I kind of got bored of it. And around the same time, I was starting to get back into, a lot of really awesome rock music. And when I was about 12 years old. And my sister played guitar, so that I didn't want to play guitar. So I figured that drums were the next best option for me because there were some boys in my class that I hung out with that played drums, and I always thought they were really cool. And I picked drums up out of boredom, really.
She also likes to beat on things, so it's appropriate.
Yes,
but really, I mean, growing up in a smaller town, as you know, Wallaceburg is quite small. London, Ontario is also pretty boring. So, maybe not as boring as Wallaceburg, but yeah, no. So, out of boredom, I picked it up and, I really enjoyed it. And it was really nice to have somebody to play along. Morgan and I would always, jammed along, when we were kids and stuff like that. And, that translated over to when I picked up the drums. So, yeah, it was definitely...
It's like having half the band already, It was really easy for us to progress and learn together, for sure.
And Wallaceburg ain't born with Doug there, so thanks for calling us.
Of course. Thanks, Doug. Thanks, Doug.
Let's do another song by Kittie right now on Rockline. This one is called Summer Dies for you.
Through the lies
Summer Dies. It's Kittie on Rockline. Funeral for Yesterday is the name of the brand new CD, loaded with great new songs. We'll take a call from Waterloo, Iowa. Jeremiah, welcome to Rockline.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello, Jeremiah.
This question is for Morgan. I was just wondering, what's the mood that you had while writing all the songs for this album?
Well, in a way, this album is sort of a concept album. It was a really dark time for Mercedes and I writing this album. We were without a complete lineup. We were without a label, and so there really wasn't a lot of hope. And our only outlet was, the only thing that we've ever known, which, is music. And so we put all of our energy, all of our hopes and fears into this, into the music. And, we honestly had no idea whether or not Kittie was even going to be able to continue as a band, or, if anyone was even going to hear these songs. And so, in a way, out of the despair came some really beautiful music, but there was a lot of hopelessness. It was a really, really dark time, and it all went into the music.
I read and made me think, and then I seem to detect that the album's about renewal, about kind of getting refreshed and reborn, and Funeral for Yesterday would seem to indicate that. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, like I was saying, we've been through so much, just over our careers. It's been absolutely insane. But this particular, period, I think was the lowest part of our careers, and for us, we were just really hoping for something new. And for us, it was just about letting go of all the troubles of the past and being able to be reborn. And in a way, it's sort of like the death of the past. And in order to be reborn, you must have death. And so it's like the death of what once was, and the rebirth and reincarnation of the band, sort of, in a way.
Well, here's to the best of the greatest part of your career, which is still yet to come. So raise a glass to you on that. Morgan, Mercedes, Tara, join us. Trish is not here tonight, but she's part of this revitalized energy that the band is feeling right now. And we're going to take more of your calls coming up in just a second. Toll free, 1-800-344-ROCK. It is Rockline, and Rockline is always brought to you by Fox. Rescue Me, the critically acclaimed series starring Dennis Leary, is now on Wednesdays. Don't miss all new episodes of Rescue Me, Wednesday at 10, 9 Central on FX. Log on at rocklineradio.com. You can hear shows streamed for a week or two afterwards. You can't download them or anything like that. We don't want you doing that. But if you missed the show or want to hear it again, you can do so at rocklineradio.com. And you'll see who's coming up. Buck Cherry, Stone Sour, Circus Diablo, Korn, Linkin Park, Fuel, Puddle of Mud, Nikki Sixx, Static X. That should do it right there, huh? When it comes to MP3 player accessories, your neighborhood Radio Shack has what you're looking for. Radio Shack has over 350 MP3 accessories available in-store and online. So choose from top brands like Monster, Extreme, Mac, Belkin, Griffin, and Acurian. Get the most from your MP3 player with FM transmitters, speakers, cases, chargers, and more. For a great selection of MP3 players and accessories, tune in to your neighborhood Radio Shack store. Visit radioshack.com or call 1-800-THE Shack.
Grilling is easy. You toss your steaks on the grill, and the fire does the rest. Sure, you can dry rub them beforehand, massage them a little, even drown them in a marinade, but why bother? Relax. You only need one thing to enjoy that perfectly seared succulence that comes built into every single cut of meat. An appetite. Beef. It's what's for dinner.
Funded by the Beef Checkoff.
There are two essentials for any summer getaway: a good sunscreen and a good set of tires. So visit your Goodyear retailer now and get up to a $50 cash card by mail-in offer with the purchase of a set of 4 select Goodyear tires. Or double your cash card up to $100 when purchased on your Goodyear credit card. Goodyear, get there. Offer valid 6/24 through 7/21/07. Go to GoodyearTires.com or see your participating Goodyear retailer for your mail-in form and complete details. Certain restrictions apply. Goodyear credit card purchase is subject to credit approval.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty good job, innit, when you think about it? I mean, basically, I help people save money, don't I? Like, I tell people they could save hundreds by switching to Geico. They go to geico.com, maybe save all this money on car insurance, and the next thing you know, I'm like invited to their wedding or whatever. One bloke actually asked me to be his best man. Dear oh dear. Point is, if you want loads of friends, giving away money, it's not a bad idea.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Rockline. Got a Rockline going tonight with Kittie, with Tara, Mercedes, Morgan, and your calls. And this song, Flower of Flesh and Blood on Rockline. Flower of Flesh and Blood. That's Kittie from the album Funeral for Yesterday. And time for more of your calls. We'll check into Cleveland, Ohio, an MMS listener. Jeremy, you're on Rockline with Kittie.
Hey, girls. How you doing?
Hey,
Good,
what's
hey.
going on?
Yeah, what got you guys interested in heavy metal? Like, what started it all?
I think our parents, you know, they listened to a lot of, you know, late 70s, you know, I guess the precursor to metal, you know, like Led Zeppelin, Van Halen, AC/DC.
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath, yes, definitely Black Sabbath. And I think that kind of, you know...
it influenced our choices later on in life, definitely. When we were, you know, coming of age and sort of figuring out exactly who we were and, you know, wanting to sort of rebel and be our own people, you know, it was definitely something that we, you know, we gravitated towards. But I don't know, I think at the same time, you know, we've always just sort of been, you know, I guess, you know, been in love with the darker side of life and things anyways, so it only made sense for us to, you know, want to express ourselves that way as well.
Who's the big horror film fan? Is that you, Mercedes?
That would be me.
Yeah. Jumped right onto that, didn't you?
I actually just wrote a blog for the Headbangers blog about the difference between horror movies nowadays and my favorite, the 70s and 80s horror movies.
What do you like, out of curiosity?
You know, I like Lucio Fulci movies. I like Dario Argento movies, which are like the Italian zombie movies. I also like really bad, like the B and C movies, like Twice Dead and Return of the Living Dead. You know, Don't Go Into the Woods. Really, I like really horrible movies for some reason. I don't know. It's just like, you know, they're meant to be serious, but like half the time they're really campy, and I enjoy them for some reason. Or like, you know, not to say that. what other movies do I don't know. I'm into the whole horror genre, especially the movies from the 70s and 80s. That's when they were in their prime.
I asked Rob Zombie on Rockline one time, who's done 2 horror movies, what is the most frightening movie that he can remember as a kid? You know what his answer was?
What?
Wizard of Oz.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's scenes in there that apparently
I can see
he
that.
still has nightmares about. There's some creepy parts in that movie. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Sure,
Flying monkeys?
That was what nailed him, was the flying monkeys. Yeah.
My God.
That's what sent him over the top or to the bottom, as the case may be. Either way.
I think the scariest movie I saw was The Corpse Grinder. Corpse Grinders. It's a Ted V. Mickles movie, and it's from the 70s. And I begged my mom for like 6 months to watch it. And she finally rented it, and it was about a cat food company that would turn people into cat food, and then the cats went all crazy and started attacking people. Yeah, so that movie scared me.
Not waiting for the processing, just seeing food walking down the streets, and they'd attack people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds so bad. It's awful. I mean, wonderful. Let's talk to Daniel in Greenville, South Carolina. Daniel, your turn to talk with Kittie.
Hi, ladies.
Hey,
hello.
What's up?
I've been a fan for a long time, and I was able to see you twice. I saw you when you were touring for the first album, and then I saw you at Oddfest. And the crowd always responds to your music. I mean, it's great music. And I was wondering where you've seen the most wildest response. You know, where did you see the biggest response from the crowd?
We normally, in America, we have we have a show coming up in Spartanburg, South Carolina, where the last time we played there, if you check our MySpace dates or whatever, or our dates on our website, we're playing in Spartanburg in the next little while. But I remember the last time we played there a couple months ago. That show was pretty insane. I also, Texas is always a good market for us. New Mexico is always great.
West Virginia
always
seems to be absolutely nutty.
It's because everybody, I don't even know. It's crazy there. Germany is always really good for us. We love England. We haven't been there in a while, but we'd like to come back as soon as possible. Wow, yeah. Arizona, did I mention Arizona?
New Mexico, did we say that?
Yeah, I said
New Mexico.
Arizona's great. Yeah, no, we have so many great fans spread all over the United States and Canada and Europe that it's just so hard to pick one particular place. You know what I mean?
The websites, by the way, I should mention, are kittyrocks.com and myspace.com/official Kittie, and we'll play Witch Hunt by the band for you right now on Rockline. Out on the witch hunt with Kittie from their latest album that we're playing a lot of tonight on Rockline Funeral for Yesterday. We're back with the ladies in just a moment.
There are two essentials for any summer getaway: a good sunscreen and a good set of tires. So visit your Goodyear retailer now and get up to a $50 cash card by mail-in offer with the purchase of a set of 4 select Goodyear tires. Or double your cash card up to $100 when purchased on your Goodyear credit card. Goodyear, get there. Offer valid 6/24 through 7/21/07. Go to GoodyearTires.com or see your participating Goodyear retailer for your mail-in form and complete details. Certain restrictions apply. Goodyear credit card purchase is subject to credit approval.
Reason number 13 to switch to Geico. Everybody else is doing it. Now we know that logic never won an argument with your mom, especially when you were lobbying for that BB gun. You could put an eye out or something. But when it comes to car insurance, joining the crowd could be a good thing. Last year, more than 3 million drivers switched to Geico for savings, round-the-clock service, and the latest in online technology. Yep, millions switched, and nobody put a single eye out.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15%.
Radio Shack would like to remind you to take a few moments today and review your emergency preparedness. A few small things can go a long way in helping you deal with the unexpected, like power outages. For instance, always keep a long-lasting flashlight and spare batteries within your reach. An emergency radio can prove invaluable with its emergency alert feature, providing important updates from the National Weather Service and giving you more time to prepare. Remember, for helpful advice and emergency products, visit your neighborhood Radio Shack.
There's nothing worse than a backseat driver, except maybe a backseat griller. When you're trying to grill those perfectly marbled steaks. Turn now. You missed the turn. It's cooking too fast, too slow. Put the top down. Careful. Just remember, one driver, one griller, and only one thing to put on the grill. Beef. It's what's for dinner.
Funded by the Beef Checkoff.
Rockline. It's Rockline. We're back. I'm Bob Coburn with Morgan, Mercedes, and Tara from Kittie. And one of the things, we've covered so much ground tonight, played a lot of music, taken some great calls. My compliments to the callers this evening. One thing we didn't talk about, though, was the clothing line, the Poison Black. Who'd like to fill us in on that?
Morgan and I actually started Poison Black 2 years ago. And, it was just kind of, we had some downtime in 2005, and... really, we had always toyed with the idea of having a clothing line, and we had the time to do it. So, we kind of started working with an artist. Morgan and I already had a plethora of ideas. And so we put those together, and, we just have an online store right now at poisonedblack.com, and you can go check those out. And, there's a few shirts, we plan on, we have a couple more that we're planning on adding in the next little while, so be on the lookout for those as well.
And I would imagine you would hope to expand at some point and make it be on the website and all that, yeah.
Definitely.
So you're directly involved in this then?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was our idea, and, we pretty much just, created the ideas, the shirts and everything, in our bedrooms on our computer. And it's just, it's an extension of
our personalities, really. And, we're making clothes that we would wear, so.
And where do we go? Online, where do we go?
poisonedblack.com.
All right, so it's not kittyrocks.com or official Kittie at MySpace or anything.
No.
Just
I love how you plug those in.
Plugs in there. Just sliding those plugs in. Oh, man, we got to go. We're out of time. Thanks for listening, for calling, to Jamie Roberts at Forest Media, Mark Saberton, Adam Karch at Chum FM in Toronto, and to you ladies. What a great night. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I'm BC. I'll be seeing you. Rockline has been brought to you by Rescue Me on Fox. The awesome sound of Rockline was made possible in part by Sennheiser mics. Rockline is mixed by Jimmy Rash. Thanks to Tina McCormick and Chris Martin for their invaluable contributions. And thanks also to Jamie Sutton and Valley Sound Studios, the home of Rockline. Rockline is produced by Bob Coburn. Assistant producer and talent bookings, Christy Graham. On-site producer and technical direction by Greg Jernigan. Executive producer, Bob Coburn.